Just waiting on it to catch up.
Sending data.
Okay, there we go.
Hey, you guys, welcome to For the People podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and the show is for the people, by the people, to bring power back to the people. Today, we are joined by our Queen of Judges herself, Miss Nikki.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
And I'm going to allow a few people to have a few more minutes to get in so that way we can start, because I know some people are just now getting into the chat. Nikki, would you, I can do the chat thing as well. Why not?
Yeah, I'm going in between. I'll be going in between both of them. But you can put them up top, but I'll be checking both.
Oh, absolutely. And everybody on TikTok, thanks for watching. We do appreciate it. Remember, please come to YouTube. YouTube, you know what? YouTube's the OG. It's been around longer than all the platforms.
That is true.
It doesn't need anything else. They know what they want. They keep it strictly 100. And I think they're also very fair versus everybody else, because YouTube is about watch time. They're about long hours. And so they allow people, to have the freedom to a certain extent. I was watching something earlier today. Remember the girl that did the blackface?
Yeah.
One second here. Why is this an echo? You hear any echoes or anything?
No, not now. I was hearing like talking, but you're good.
Are you hearing anything now?
Very faint, but it's not getting in the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this damn phone off. Let me see. I'm gonna try something here. 1 second. Everybody, I know you're watching, so bear with me as I fix this.
Hey, the one time.
All right, Nikki, can you hear anything?
No, you're good.
All right, put this over here. So what I did was I went ahead and because I'm telling you, this setup is like crazy. There we are. All right, so I had to put the sound in the headphones to make them work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's where it was giving an echo, and I was just like, I'm trying to fix it, trying not to fix it, but hey, it is what it is. And then everybody, we're going to give you guys probably a couple of more minutes to come in. Thank y'all for joining the show.
Thank you, everybody, for joining on TikTok. Make sure you tap the screen, like the live, share the live. We've been getting a lot of love, and we thank y'all for that. So we want to beat our record. Yesterday, we ended off at 42.7 thousand likes. So we want to see if we can top that tonight, and I think we can once we get into the show. So make sure you guys tap and like the live, and any gifts you give, we are appreciative. Same thing with YouTube. Please like and share the live. You can also give us some gifts. If you are want to be a super fan, you can give us. You have an option there to give us gifts now, and it will highlight you in our chat. So again, anything you give, we are greatly appreciative. It is making our platform larger so we can be a bigger voice for the people.
Absolutely. And I guess what we're going to do today, we're going to start with two different videos. I said we're going to do something a little different, but I'm going to go back because, I always like to start with our heat first, and then we like to cool down the show a little bit. So we'll start with our heat first. I'm going to put the chats on the side so everybody can see it. Thank y'all for joining, HHCF, Travel, Jet Setter. Thank you for joining, etc. So everybody, again, if you're on TikTok or you're on Instagram or whatever, please come to YouTube, like, share, subscribe. If you're trying to find the live, you got to click on the live link. The live link will take you to the actual video. Give it a few minutes. It might come up a little bit later, how things be working. And then we will start from there. So let's go ahead and start with our first two videos of the day. Oh, Nikki, did you post that? Hold on.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. That happens sometimes where it kicks me off and I get right back on. Sorry about that.
No, it happens. But, I tell everybody, this is live. This ain't all pre-edited and stuff. So let's go to the first video, and we're going to take a look.
I have biracial children. I have a son who is half Mexican, and I have two daughters who are half Black. But even if I did not have biracial children, this would be one of the most concerning things I have ever seen come out of the US government. I came across the Department of Homeland Security post yesterday morning, November 28th, that said that the plan is remigration now. And I did a deep dive into remigration. And I read Project 2025, so I know that the goal of the country for Project 2025 authors is an all-white country, a country that looks like me but doesn't look like my children. And I did a deep dive into remigration, its history and what it means. And I cannot overstate how important it is for us all to become educated on this. I'm doing a series on remigration, and I will put it together in a playlist. I'm going to post them all today because we need to know all of this. But I don't ask you guys often, once in a while, to share this, but please share this for our neighbors of color, for our friends and our family members of color, and for 3 of my children, that if this policy goes through, could very well be stripped of their American citizenship. Share this, learn, and be on alert. And go love your neighbor.
All right, so I want to read some of the comments before I start with the next one. Somebody said, Kamala warned y'all, no one listened. Another person says, we've been saying this for years now. Now everyone is reading it. Y'all voted him in. Another person says, who is this lady? Anybody know what her page name is? I want to see the other post. Let me check on this real quick. Somebody says 11 Girl 70. If you find it, okay, hold on. Jessica McDonald 005. So she's on TikTok. I wish she had an Instagram page because I like to go see these pages because you never know if they're real allies or not. But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna show you the next video. Let's take a look at this.
Crime rate highest in the white communities. And it's like, and as I like, is that not in the trailer parks and the the places where is low income and low education? You're like, yeah. And I said, well, let me ask you another question. Do you think rich black people or middle class black people rob and steal? They said no. I said, wait a second. Please repeat that. And he says, I said, you're saying that rich black people do not steal from each other. And they're like, no. I was like, I'm serious. Like, it freaked me out because I go, well, where's your racism? Because if what you're telling me is that crime is indicated, it's prevalent in the low income and undereducated communities.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop being afraid of the truth. Because the game they try to play on black people is so obvious. And it's embarrassing that people even still fall for it. They sit up there running their mouths, talking about some black people are criminals. Black people commit the most crime. Black culture is violent. Shut up. Just shut up. The truth, the part that they conveniently never bring up is that crime follows poverty, period. And the minute you say that, everybody all of a sudden gets quiet real fast. But let's make it even spicier for the people pretending to be educated. How come when they mention black crime, they never mention the crime rates in the poor white communities? Well, y'all thought meth.
And we're going to talk about this. That's what she going. If y'all want to review it or read it, that's her page, modesty.fly_. Somebody said, I work in retail. I've seen just as many white people still compared to black people. And mind you, the place I work in is in a rich neighborhood. I would say 95% of them stole were men, which I thought was odd. Another person said, Michael J. White is our Bruce Lee. I watch his interviews a lot, very philosophical, and a genius of martial arts. Protect him at all costs. And another person says, white adolescents and adults commit the most crime in the United States on all levels, no matter the class. This has been verified for the last 10 years by the FBI and over 10,000 state agencies. Go to their website and check the statistics for 2024. So I want to say something before we actually begin, because I know, Nikki, you have to go in. Remigration. I've been hearing about. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. We've been hearing about remigration a lot. And like we stated before, without racism, I don't know where white folks would be. I mean, everything from HOAs to segregation to redlining to Jim Crow to housing to food shortages to food deserts, everything that is all under the umbrella of racism. And especially with the white folks in America, they're not giving it up. That's their greatest invention of all time. Without that, they can't get the job without being qualified. You know, they can just get it based off having white skin. They can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. They can shoot people through windows and get away with it, like that man that shot that black dude through the window, and he's still not in jail right now. It's just stuff like that. So that's one of the things. The other thing is the lady. You know, we always talk about allyship, because you know you never know who's a real ally. So that's one of the things. So that's why I wanted people to go check her page. So if any of you know at home and y'all have any of her information, please let us know. We will put her page on the show next time, or we can put it on later today. I can do some research and put it on later today, so that way we can see it. Last thing, Michael J. White. Now I like Michael J. White. He's usually on the Culture Vulture show, which is what's that guy name? Vlad, the Culture Vulture. So, but I do watch Vlad in terms of when Michael J. White's on there, or D.L. Hughley, or Ari Spears, and they be speaking true. But this is the thing about that. You know, everybody always says things about black culture, black this, black that, black, but y'all use all of our inventions, all the useful inventions. You use all of our slang. Everybody got our hairstyle. We just played a video yesterday where now they got a whole thing where they could turn white people's skin dark skin.
Yep.
I mean, literally, this is some real stuff that's happening, and people are posting this stuff. You know, people want to be on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, so they want to get famous, and they're posting what they're actually doing. Nikki, what do you think?
Well, to the first lady, I love how dumbfounded white people are when they just discover some shit that's already been going on. Like, even if I didn't have mixed children, but because you do, now you're worried about it. So I'm curious that if she said even if you didn't, but it's always white people getting on here like they've discovered some shit about their own. This is your fucking people. You know who your people are. Don't get on here and act like you don't know how evil white people are. We discussed this, I believe, Sunday. White people are the villains in the story of America. How you fucking came here. How you stole slaves to build it. Y'all have always been the villain in the story of fucking America. So when white people get like, I just did some research and oh my God, I found out you niggers are getting treated so bad. I can't believe it. Golly gee wilkers. No, bitch. It's been going on. You just decided to pay some fucking attention. And you're starting to pay attention now that you have mixed fucking kids. Because even though you say if you didn't, you would still, no. I beg to fucking differ. I really don't think that you would give a fuck. Because you've had mixed kids how long? Because you ain't no spring fucking chicken. So them kids got to be a little bit older. So how long have you had mixed kids and didn't think about this shit? You didn't think about it all the other times you was voting for people? Because see, my thing is, who did you vote for? That's what the fuck I want to know. When y'all saying this shit, I want to know who you voted for. Because don't get on here talking about, woe is me, I'm discovering all of this stuff. I can't believe this is happening to you. It's been happening to us. When did you just start to pay a fucking attention to it?
Yeah.
Because now you got mixed kids and you worried about ICE pulling them the fuck over? Because now you worried about the cops pulling over your kids? Because you wasn't worried about it before. Because you wasn't advocating like this before. You wasn't making these videos before. You know, hey, welcome to, like I said, welcome to the niggerhood. You tardy for the motherfucking party. What do you want us to do with that? And again, we have to go see your content. Because a lot of y'all are using this. As always, you're using black people for the fucking grift. You see the opportunity to talk about what's happening to us. Mm-hmm. And that's a means for you to make money. Because anytime white people are out here talking more about black issues than black people, I got to be suspect of that shit. Because what is your fucking game? Especially when you wasn't doing that shit before. If you wasn't doing this before the election, I don't, you know, and again, that could be said about us and this podcast. But we've been black and we've been going through this shit and we voted correctly. So it don't fucking count to us. I'm talking about white people and non-black people of color. That all of a sudden you so fucking conscious about what's going on, but you wasn't conscious about it before. Cause make no mistake, a lot of these people out here are using black shit to grip. They're using, once again, using our trauma and our pain to grip. You know, I'm glad y'all are starting to see the light. But until you tell me, one, how you voted, and two, if you did vote for Trump and you're denouncing all of that, then I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear you regret your vote. You didn't regret shit. Because if you voted for him in 2024, you voted for that bitch in 2020, and you voted for him in 2016. It's not a regret. It was a choice. You regret the fact that it's fucking you up. That's the regret. The regret is not voting for him. Because the same people that say they regret it are the same people that you ask them, would you vote for him again? And then they go into that racist shit with, oh, well, I only had a choice because the other candidate. No, the other candidate, you would have still had a fucking farm. With the other candidate, you wouldn't have to even have worried about the government shutting down or your fucking food stamps getting cut off, even though it was a week or two. That wouldn't have been an issue for you. Having ICE basically come in here, sexually assault and kidnap men, women, and children wouldn't be a motherfucking thing. But that's it. You Latinos wouldn't be out here fearing for your fucking life because somebody in a goddamn costume from Amazon is coming to snatch you the fuck up.
Amen.
That's what you voted for. That's the shit y'all voted for. So no, I mean, I'm glad y'all waking the fuck up. But again, how did you vote? And see, when they get to that shit, anytime you see a white person that don't want to talk about politics, I already know how you voted. You can move it the fuck along. And as far as the Michael J. White video, again, same shit. White, again, black success is white failure. They don't want to talk about the poor white trash is mad because they're poor white trash. Because they think that they should have everything based on the color of their fucking skin. They're ignorant. They're illiterate. White people commit most of the crimes in this fucking country. So much so that the fucking administration, this bullshit administration, is fucking deleting the FBI data to tell you that. So white men are the most violent criminals. They commit the most fucking crimes. Y'all talk about black on black crime. White people have whole fucking networks. Not just television shows, but networks dedicated to your fucking crime. Dateline NBC been on for a smooth 30 plus years. And all it is white on white fucking crime. Unsolved mysteries. All of it is white on white fucking crime. But y'all don't want to talk about that shit. You don't want to talk about the poor people on welfare because y'all the highest recipients of it. Because that fucks with your narrative that black women are fucking welfare queens. When really and truly, you fucking farmers are the welfare queens. You poor ass white trash are the fucking welfare queens, not black people. Because had that shit gone on a little bit longer, where they couldn't have they fucking food stamps, that's when you would have seen some shit really go the fuck off. And I really hate that you dumbass Democrats caved on that shit. Because for what? So you can look like a good guy? We passed that shit. You got to let these motherfuckers suffer. Until white people start suffering, nothing is going to change. Niggas been suffering. They don't give a fuck about that. They don't give a fuck about Latino people suffering. They don't give a fuck about you extra brown motherfuckers suffering. They don't fucking care. Until the whites start suffering, nothing is going to fucking change. Let that shit start happening to them.
Absolutely. And you know what? On 12 Years a Slave, do you remember when, I don't know if you remember the scene, but it was a scene where he had just got kidnapped. So he just got kidnapped, and the white guy who was like the Irish dude, and he was like so shocked that this black guy was like could play music. He was an inventor. He was smart, and the white dude was in there. He was like the slave catcher guy, and he was so upset that this black guy was so much more intelligent than him. And he's like, well, he's black. How can he be more intelligent than me? And he had that little dumb look on his face, like looking like this. You gotta watch it. It just irked me because it's like that's what I work with when I go to work.
Oh yeah.
You have people that look at you and they would be like, oh, how is this nigger so smarter than me? I said, because I'm not inbred and I'm not sitting here looking stupid. I'm not sitting here waiting on my whiteness to give me a promotion. I was just having a conversation with a friend earlier today regarding that. And he was sitting there saying, he said, you would not believe how many times I got passed over jobs just because they wanted a white person in that position.
Of course, a white person that don't know shit. They really think, and I've told this before. I've had to oh my God, Nikki, you're so smart. What the fuck did you expect me to be doing this job that I do? Like, what do you honestly expect of black people that do the most work in your fucking company? Because if it was not for black people, Fortune 500 companies wouldn't be fucking Fortune 500 companies. So what the fuck do you think we are?
Very true.
Of course we smarter than y'all. We were smarter than y'all before we could fucking read. And again, I'll say this time and time again. The minute niggas learn how to read, white people stop reading. That's it. That's it. We outpace y'all in everything. We are smarter than you. Book smart, street smart, common sense, everything. White people have to be taught we had to show you motherfuckers how to wash your ass. It don't get no worse than that. And you still refuse to wash your fucking ass.
All right.
They can't do anything. Nothing. So as much shit as they talk about black people, you fucking need us here. You need us here for your fucking hatred. Because without your hatred, you'll literally fucking implode. Without black people to make your companies work, you're going to be fucking broke. You can AI shit to death. Unless you create nigga AIs, it ain't going to fucking work. That's it. That's all they do. They're literally, we talked about it. You fired 300,000 black women to hire 600,000 white men. That means you needed 2 mediocre ass crackers to take what one black woman could fucking do. It takes 2 mediocre white men to be equal to one black woman. It is the reason why they are destroying the Department of Education. They're taking away what's considered professional careers because black women are the most educated demographic in this fucking country. And they're doing everything they can't undo that. Once a black woman knows some shit, she knows that you can't fucking take it from her.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't take our knowledge, they're going to try and take what it means to get a job with that knowledge. We told people go to school. It was okay as long as white people went to school. But when black and brown people started going to school, it went from being free to having all these loans. So now all you fucking white people have all these student loans that you got to pay back because y'all wanted to be fucking racist. Racism has always been expensive. White people can't afford the price tag no more. That's all it is. Racism has always been expensive. You crackers can't afford the price tag. You can't keep up with this shit. You don't have the money no more to be racist. And that's why you are getting nervous because the shit is biting you in your fucking ass because now you're starting to feel the heat. This is what racism costs you in the long fucking run. Your credit is fucked up. Had you not been racist, we wouldn't have credit scores. We wouldn't have student loans. We wouldn't have all these things that are taking away from, you could be able to rent an apartment. A fucking car wouldn't cost a mortgage and all that type of shit.
And I want to play a few additional videos just to continue this conversation. We're going to play 4 because some of them are kind of short, but we're going to play 4. And also, before I do that, hey, I want to say HHCF17, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And then also, you says, right, she knows how evil white people are because, she was ridiculous having biracial children. White people are woefully obtuse.
Oh, real quick, before we start right quick on TikTok. Hey, Jethro80, do me a favor. Go suck your daddy dick from the back. You inbred, because I know you're familiar with that position. All right, thank you. You can go ahead.
What happened?
He said I can afford white hair. Sweetheart, we don't buy white hair. They don't have that. I don't pay for lice, okay? We don't do that here. Okay? So you go ahead and worry about your shit, Jethro. This is black people business. Now, if you want to get flamed the fuck up, we could do it now. We can make it happen, Captain. This ain't the motherfucking place.
Nikki, you know what gets me about that? And he's probably watching. He's probably hearing, and I want him to hear. How do you go to a person's channel? That's like me going to. I don't have no reason to go to Fox News. That's like me going to Fox News, watching them lie and say a bunch of racist shit, and then going and complain. Oh my God, I'm so offended. I just gotta say something. There's a billion channels to watch. I just turn the goddamn channel. I just
Exactly.
block the
You
channel.
you coming up in here in black business.
The level
You
of
up in here
stupidity
like,
to do that is hilarious.
because that means you he have to be amongst it. He don't want to be with white people. He can't be with his motherfucking male people because he tired of them bland ass motherfuckers. So you got to come over here and be in black business. Don't worry about my motherfucking hair, bitch. It's laid. That's all you need to fucking know, and you didn't pay for it. So don't fucking worry about it. I don't wear white people hair, bitch. Stay the fuck out of black people business. Go ahead, we can continue.
Hey, Truth, you're right about that. They are obsessed. Again, HAC, thank you for the super chat. Super chat, y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. We do appreciate it because we are trying to move this forward to get actually a live studio. So I appreciate it. But that's what we're talking about. They go to your page. We already talked about this the other day. They go to your page and they complain about yourself. And I said, do you understand how many social media pages are out there? I'm not taking out my day to go to a page that's going to upset me, like the white girl that put on blackface, and now she's crying on her page now. Well, now she had to get a new page because I guess they took her page off because she was. I mean, it was just very racist. I said you only did that to get views and likes. That was the only thing. The only reason why you did that. And I said, without us, you have no content. You have nothing. You need us. You need black people. Either you want us to look bad, or you want to copy our dances, or you want to go to Africa and y'all want to do an African dance, or y'all want to do our challenges. I said, y'all need us to make y'all look good, whether it's good or bad. That's why I said they talking about remigration. Just going off of that, what they gonna remigrate? Go look at the football team. You forgetting the NFL almost did not be what it is today without In Living Color and Michael Jackson. Go look it up. If y'all don't believe me, go look at the documentary of it. This is from the NFL people that work on the staff said that. They said the ratings were down, people were not watching it, and they said we have to figure out a solution to get people to watch the NFL. We have to get a solution. And they said, okay, well, let's try this. And they went with In Living Color. In Living Color, they said the ratings was so high, it was in the millions. And they said, well, let's try it next year. Let's see if we can get the biggest pop star on the planet. They got Michael Jackson. The rest is history. Y'all need us playing in the sports. Ain't nobody want to watch a bunch of white dudes playing basketball. They did that before, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
All the biggest selling shoes are all from black men. I mean, y'all. I wonder how that's going to work because all the inventions, all the culture, the dances, the nightlife, all that stuff is black. So I'm trying to figure that out. So let me play these videos real quick, and then we're going to come back to this. So I want us to take a look at these videos, and everybody keep writing in your comments. I will try to answer them as much as I can.
Is the most racially discriminatory country toward black people in the world. If you were black and living in this country, you would undoubtedly feel intense hostility from those around you. First, the most accepting country toward black people is France, where some believe the nation is on the verge of being taken over by black people. So, what is the most racially discriminatory country toward black people in the world? Fifth place, Brazil. Though a racially diverse nation, Brazil faces severe racial discrimination against black people. Police intervention operations result in an African descendant death rate 183.2% higher than that of whites. Fourth place, Israel. An incident where Jewish black soldiers were beaten by police sparked nationwide riots. Ultra-Orthodox Jews refuse to recognize Jewish black identity, restricting their religious and marital rights. The government also views black refugees as national security threats. Third place, Japan. In Japanese workplaces, black people are often relegated to marginal positions. When renting, many landlords explicitly refuse black tenants, believing they disrupt community harmony. Second place, Russia. Black people frequently face stares, mockery, and provocation on Russian streets. To protect domestic employment, Russia imposes high barriers on foreign workers, leaving black individuals typically confined to marginal jobs like nightclub staff or specialized athletes. Before revealing the top spot, share in the comments what you believe is the most racially discriminatory country toward black people. The nation ranked first suffers from deep-rooted racial discrimination, where black individuals face disproportionately higher rates of police brutality compared to whites. That country is the USA. What is the most racially...
And so, Nikki, is that yours? I think it's an echo on yours.
I hear it
You must have did something.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah, and I think it's your mic too. Hey, sorry, you guys.
I don't know, like, cause my mic
Yeah,
is
I think
through the iPad.
yeah. Are you moving something around, or is something moving on your desk or something, or is a fan blowing over it?
No, I turned my fan off and I still hear.
Yeah, because I hear it's very choppy on your end.
Okay, let me.
And while you're fixing that, I'm going to go into the next video. Sorry, you guys, we're having some tech. Actually, while you're fixing that, I'm going to read some of the comments that was written about this videos. Somebody says, I live here in New England. Another person says, I knew United States has to be number one. They said, France, which France? Laughing my ass off. And another person says, we didn't need this to know it's the U.S. So that was obvious. We'll take a look at this video. Let's take a look.
What? What? What in the world is this, boy? I ain't gonna lie. I've never in my life had to deal with no bullshit like this. Never in my life.
And so somebody said, rest in power, Emmett Till. She is inciting violence. Another person says, white woman tears, are the biggest threat to black men's lives. And somebody said, my mama always told me they were dangerous. And let's watch this video. Let's take a look.
Don't get mad. Ooh. Get up, Raymond. Get up, Raymond. Get up, Raymond. Get up, Raymond.
So somebody said every white boy think they are a wrestler or MMA fighter. LOL. Another person says, I wonder if the brother wrestler technique. Another person says, Nikki, I think your mic is doing it again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's like kind of an echo.
Okay. Well, I put my mic.
All right, can I say something real quick? Hey, we're sorry, you guys.
Testing.
Yeah, something like that too.
Yeah. I'm not. Y'all give me a minute.
And while we're giving her one more minute, I am going to show the last video. Let's take a look.
Watch your fucking mouth. Excuse me. The wrong nigga. I'm the wrong nigga. I'll beat your ass in this motherfucking store. I'm gonna beat your ass. Say nigga again.
Leave us alone. Leave.
So I just showed a few videos. Now the last video, which is interesting, and sorry, we're waiting for Nikki to fix her mic and everything. What was interesting is that you know that saying certain words is going to trigger people. And for this person to sit there say nigger again, nigger. I mean, it's just the level of stupidity to know that something was not going to happen to you. It's like y'all antagonize situations. Y'all get upset when somebody getting your ass about it. And I just, for the life of me, I don't really understand that. And another thing that got to me was the white woman crying. I think he might have been a delivery driver, but that's the stuff I keep telling everybody. When I was in Kansas and Missouri, that's the stuff I used to experience all the time. We don't have to do nothing to them. It was always some issue or some drama or something that was happening. And I was just like, we didn't do anything to y'all to deserve this. I've seen so many black people. I remember when we had a barbecue, and get this, we had a barbecue and we don't even know where these white people were. The white people was driving down the road, but we're having a barbecue, no issues. We're just sitting here having a barbecue. Oh, one second. Hey, Nikki, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little echo.
It's still an echo? All right,
How many
hold
things
on.
It's on mute.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
It's
But
better?
when you talk, it's better. It was like it's a little static.
Yeah, I don't know where the static is coming from because I'm not moving or doing anything.
Oh, yeah, if you fine, it's fine. Don't touch anything. It's fine.
I ain't
All right,
touching
say
nothing.
something.
Hello?
Perfect. No, it's perfect now. It's perfect now.
Okay, well, all right.
Don't touch
Sorry,
anything.
y'all.
No, let it be. Let it be. We were good. No, but I was like explaining to them. I said, when I was in Kansas, we were having a barbecue, and we didn't even know we had the next one. We know, I think probably 30 minutes after the cop drove by, they came by and they were like, "Oh, we heard that there was a disturbance," and we said, "Well, what disturbance are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we said there was a fight out here." I said, "A fight? We are barbecuing." And they was like, well, it was a car that drove down the street not too long ago, and it was the only car that we seen drive, because we thought more people were coming. It was the only car that drove in the last 30 minutes. A white family from all the way across town. When I tell you, they had to be living probably like 30 blocks down the street, sat there and reported that we were out there having some type of fight or something. I mean, that's the stuff that we go through on a daily basis.
Wow.
Nikki is still doing it again.
I don't know. I'm not touching. I ain't even doing that.
Are you on your
I
camera
done
phone?
cut my AC off. You know I'm menopausal, so.
Are you on your phone or are you on your computer?
I'm on the iPad. That's what I do every day, so I don't know what's happening.
You might have to restart it. You might do the phone, see if it works.
Okay, let me try. Let me get off here and then get on the phone.
And so while we have Nikki doing that, I'm going to go through some of y'all comments and see what y'all have to say. Sorry about that. So we're going to go here 1 second. I'm going to go up this list real quick. And give me a few seconds, you guys. We're having some technical difficulties. Nikki is fixing her computer. HHCF, he says, a fucking sickness. Tell him to go finish playing with himself. Also, Samuel C. To the host, how's it going, sir? Peace and God's blessing. Oh, this is going pretty well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Tony the Tiger, good evening. Chris and Nikki, good evening, all you as well. Democracy, they need us, but they want to use us and not pay us what we were worth. They want to mistreat us and for us to not complain and be submissive. That is true. Host, 1 second. Nikki's coming back in. You there?
You can hear me now?
I can hear you. No, it probably just need to be restarted. You probably accidentally spelled something on the microphone or something.
Oh, maybe because I don't know. I worked last night, so I don't know. We'll see. But we good now, right?
Yeah. Did you so you were you able to see the videos?
Yeah. I saw them getting their ass whooped. Like first going back to the other one. So the guy was just standing there, and the girl was just like acting like some shit was going on to her.
Yes, she was just crying.
You white bitches gonna get enough of that. And see, this goes back to what I said.
Yes.
Y'all don't fuck them up long enough. Y'all don't fuck them up quick, not long enough, quick enough. Y'all be in here talking and shit. You be arguing back and forth. Start knocking these Beckys the fuck out. Start knocking these white people the fuck out. Especially when they get up in your face. When they put the paws on, you put the motherfucking paws back. Now, if they ain't putting their hands on you, then it's your obligation to roast them until they fucking cry. Embarrass white people because they don't like to be embarrassed. But that shit right there, when they start with that bullshit, knock them the fuck out. And they gonna think twice before they keep doing that same bullshit. Y'all ain't whooping their ass enough. In these videos, y'all be talking back and forth. Y'all be talking too much. You say what you need to say, and then we got to get the whoop. We got to get to that ass whooping. Y'all talking too much. Let them know, because that's the only fucking way that they gonna learn. And that image, and until you black men, and again, love who the fuck you gonna love. I'm not against interracial relationships when it is truly love. Meaning you comfortable in your fucking whiteness, they comfortable in their blackness, or whatever the fuck ethnicity, what race you are, whatever. But I'm speaking primarily to black and white as a black woman. when you are in these relationships and you're not being fetishized, because there are genuinely people that love each other and y'all just have one happen to be white, one happen to be black. But as black men, especially you motherfuckers that date white women as a fuck you to black women, when this time, and I'm not saying this is the instance with this boy because it doesn't look like it, but this goes back to you when y'all keep running behind these bitches, these fucking snow bunnies. This is the shit you got to look forward to, because if you step one nigga toe out of fucking line, that's exactly what the fuck they gonna do, because they know they can. The only thing a white woman need in life is her privilege and her fucking tears. Because that bitch will have you tried in the court of public opinion and the court of motherfucking law. And you niggas are going to be found guilty on both accounts, in both places. The minute you step out of fucking line with them, that's all they got to do is turn on them fucking white women tears. And you niggas are fucking done. Y'all are cooked. But you keep running behind them as a fuck you to black women. And then when some shit happen to you, now you want black women to come save you. Fuck that. Rest in your motherfucking preference, nigga. That's what the fuck you wanted. Black women ain't shit to you. So if black women ain't shit to you now, we ain't gonna be shit to you when that bitch put you 6 feet fucking deep. Cause I ain't marching for no nigga on that bullshit. I'm not doing it. And it happens too often. Y'all get some money in your pocket, you go run for a white bitch. Then when she fleecing your motherfucking pockets, you expect a black woman to lift you the fuck up and run you a couple of dollars until you get back on your fucking feet. Nah, fuck that. Go stand 10 toes down in your fucking preference. Go stand 10 toes down in that white pussy. Leave us the fuck alone, because that's the type of shit that they capable of. And if they could do that to a nigga they don't know, they ain't got no problem doing it to a nigga they fucking. Yep. At all. It doesn't matter. And y'all running right fucking behind their ass. But to them other ones that got their ass whooped, that's the shit I'm talking about. She said, say it one more time. The bitch said it and she got knocked the fuck out. Was it gunshots too? Because it sounded like it was some gunshots going off. Unless she just whooped her ass so bad, that's what the fuck it sounded like.
Oh no, they put the sound effects in.
Okay, because I was gonna say she let the chopper
my favorite one is
ass.
My favorite one is the Mario coins. You know, when they're fighting and the Mario coins are coming out of them. Yeah, they did that. But that's just one of those things. And I tell people all the time. I said, as just a black person in general is very dangerous. And at the current stage that we're in right now, I'm like, I feel sorry what's going on with ICE. Like I was coming before I was coming here. I was driving down the street. ICE literally blocked off, I think it was 15 fucking cars, blocked off the entire street just to arrest one woman, one Latin lady. I'm sitting here like, y'all did all that for that? It's just like, it's disruptive. It didn't make any sense, but I felt, my empathy and sympathy is like there, but it's not there, because I'm like, and I'm gonna show y'all a video in a second. I'm just like, y'all voted for this. Y'all still got people that said they would still vote for this stuff. So I have to worry about black issues, because as soon as things go about the status quo, and I think we talked about this probably a few shows ago, everything that's going on in Palestine, as soon as all that shit gets done in Palestine and everything goes back to normal, who do y'all think they're going to start hating again? Black.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Same with the Asians. As soon as they stop fighting and everything, who do they go to? Black people. Start hating on us. There's Nigerians I don't even fuck with no more. When I'm at work and I see like a Nigerian, I'm already like 50-50 with them. Don't get me wrong, I'm pro black, but I'm also pro smart as well. I know that me making the wrong choice to befriend this person could cost me if I say the wrong thing to them, because they will go back and tell the boss, because they want to be all up under their asses. And I've seen that happen more from black people than I have seen from a lot of the other ones. I expect that from Asians. I expect that from Latins. I expect it from Middle Eastern Indians. They want to be white anyways until the white folks turn on them. And then as soon as the white folks turn on their ass at work, who they coming to?
They come and running straight to a fucking black woman to get some motherfucking reassurance. No, fuck that. So just real quick, Ebony on TikTok, she said, that's what happened that's why Shannon Sharp is in the position he in. Prime motherfucking example.
Yes.
We told you
Monique told you, Cat Williams told you. I got a video on that, so y'all can go back and check my page. But I do a 7-minute deep dive roast on that motherfucker. But let me tell you, that's exactly what he gets and men like him get. Because now you got a bitch that's in her fucking 20s, literally trolling you. Because she's online showing off all her new shit. Every fucking day. She's on there showing all her that you fucking paid for. So now you done lost your ESPN money. You done lost your Disney money. And for what? For some inexperience, for some only imagine losing all your money for some OnlyFans pussy when you could have had a motherfucking black woman out here with some actual experience pussy.
Experience.
But this is experience. But this is what y'all want. Y'all ain't got no problem literally letting a white bitch come in and fleece your motherfucking pockets. But let a black woman want something and we fucking gold diggers. Let black women have a fucking standard and we gold diggers. Meanwhile, what pisses me off is at least I could say this. One thing about black women that I have noticed is when we date outside our race, we don't half step on that shit. If it's gonna be a white man, it's gonna be a white man that either he look good as fuck or he got some money or both. We out here, we know it. We gonna play in black in niggas' faces. If we gonna go outside our race, we gonna do it. If we get in the Asian, it's gonna be a good looking Asian, a smart Asian. Motherfucker got his money up, got everything that they need to have. You niggas be out here with a fucking trailer park ass bitch, a
Yeah.
fucking Teletubby inbred looking ass bitch that only with you, that you only fuck with during tax season. And be rubbed up behind her ass and fucking Popeyes when she buying you a goddamn combo. Cause you can't fucking afford to get it your goddamn self. That's what you niggas be out here doing. You be playing in black women's faces. If you gonna go get you a white bitch, go get the creme de la creme white bitch. But don't be playing in our fucking faces with these raggedy ass bitches. Cause we don't even do that. And we also don't make it a point to date white men or any other type of race or ethnicity and just to throw it up in your face.
Clear
Most
example.
black women, when we do go outside, it's because you're going where you feel love. Don't get mad at Serena Williams when she went and got a white man, because when she was with black men or she wasn't dating white men, you was calling her manly. You was calling her masculine. You was doing all of that shit.
Clear example. This right here. He ain't that. He's not. If you really look at him, he's not that good looking of a guy either.
Who is
But
that?
this Jason Mahoney's. That's the light skinned black dude.
Ugh.
This is the girl that was on not too long ago. She was on saying that he got nappy hair and all this other stuff, and that he always eats watermelon and fried chicken, something like that.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm
they
thinking,
asked
like,
her, they
for
asked
him
what
to
his meal was, what his
yeah,
favorite meal was, and the bitch
yeah.
said fried chicken. And
And
he
I'm
looked
sitting
at
here,
her like, what the fuck are you talking about?
this is what we be talking about, where they're raised by these white moms or these racist family members, and they're dating this average ass bitch. I'm like, as rich as this guy is, and as popular he is, a girl. I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you who's fine. Now now she fine as fuck. If you gonna sit there and date up, don't date down.
Exactly.
That girl is not in the category of a Megan Fox. Angelina Jolie, that's a fine ass woman. I'm gonna pull her up too. Angelina Jolie, and everybody knows she did. Now that's fine.
Yeah.
This is a pretty woman. The girls that not white dudes, but the black dudes be with, they be busting their shit. They be basic ass Betty from down the street.
Yep.
And without the makeup on, they look a hot ass mess. And I could pull up a lot of these sports players, these girlfriends that they be having. I'll be like, that girl look kind of busted, especially without makeup. Angelina Jolie is a pretty
she best
girl.
friends with Taylor Swift. You know I hate that bitch. So fuck both of them.
And that's what we get me. It'd be like, they be acting like they have a prize or something. I'm like, the girl that you with is basic as shit. And you let her disrespect you like that, but that's the problem. When I was in Kansas, you always had the light-skinned people oh my God, when I tell you, everybody always asks me, do you want to go back to Kansas? Hell fucking no, I don't want to go back there. If I wasn't dealing with the white folks at work, I was dealing with the black people that want to be white. And when I was dealing with the black people, you had the light skins. Well, I only date white. Well, I only date light skin. Well, I want my kids to have pretty hair and good eyes. I got sick of that shit. Then you had the dark people and some of the people, Nigerians and stuff. Oh, I only go to white people's school. I only want my kids to play with white people. Then take your ass over there, because as soon as you piss them off, Your Nigerian ass or African ass or Somalian ass, because there's a lot of Somalians out there too. Somalian ass will be right back over here talking about, oh, you know, they did this to me. Now, hashtag keep your ass right back over there. That's just how I feel about it. I have no empathy or sympathy for people no more because you know the shit is wrong that you're doing, but you don't care. Same with the Asians. When I was at work, I was very careful which Asians that I spoke to at work. And this is some real talk. And I want y'all to write in the comments, if you guys have had any issues with certain groups of people, including Black people as well. I mean, I've had issues with a lot of those people. And when I tell you Asians, I break them down into categories. You got to have critical thinking. China. When I was at work, the Chinese didn't like us, the Black people. The Koreans didn't like us. And believe it or not, the Japanese was 50-50. Everybody would say Japan is not. I said, y'all forgetting Japan is very colorist. Very colorist. I said all the times that we had issues with, like the Koreans, like when some shit hit the fan at work, guess who was the first to tell on you to say, oh, the Black person did it? A Korean. And if it wasn't the Koreans, it was the Chinese. Now, the ones I did get along with, the Filipinos, cool as shit. I rarely had any issues with Filipinos. I didn't have any issues with people from Thailand. Vietnamese is 80-20. 80 is the good part. So they were pretty cool to hang with. People from Singapore were pretty good to hang with. People from Laos, a lot of people from Laos were pretty good to hang with. But when it came to the Chinese or the Japanese or Koreans, those motherfuckers was something else. They were something. It was always some bullshit at work. Indians, same thing. Now, what's funny about this is I got along with the women more than I get along with the men.
Oh,
the men, there's something wrong with the Indian men. I don't know what the hell is wrong with that. They got a bad attitude. They think they know everything. And then when you check them on them not knowing everything, then they want to, it's like they're coming after to get you. And I told one Indian dude, I said, this is not the fight that you want. Because I said, this is not the fight that you want with me, bro. This is not. And he backed off. But it's like I get to the point at work, I just want to do my job and go home. I don't feel like arguing with y'all or having all these issues all the damn time. We just want to go home, do our job, go home, and be with our families. When we leave work, we don't talk about hardly any other race of anybody unless they're in our family. That's it. We don't be worried about white folks. We don't be worried about we don't worry about y'all. We just don't. Yeah. When I was in foster care, when I tell you the white family that was raising me, when I tell you if they didn't like the blacks, it was the Asians. If it wasn't the Asians, it was the Latins. If it wasn't Latins, and especially during this is around the time 2002, 2004. This is right after September 11th. Man, I tell you, every day was something about a Middle Eastern Muslim this. They call them tarp heads, dot heads, sand niggers. I heard everything in a book about Middle Eastern people from white folks. It was always something. And I was like, can we just have a day where we don't have to talk about any other race, any other religion that's not Christianity, or anything that's positive? And it was like we could not, it's like we could not do that. It's like that was what they fed off of. And then if it wasn't that, then they turn on Fox News. And when they run out of stuff, they have to turn on Fox News. And then Fox News get them hyped up again. And it was just so scary. I was just like, I think something's in their DNA. Because I'm like, it was ridiculous that we had to come home and go through this over and over again. Oh, and I want to read some of the comments. I'm going to show a video real quick, but I'm going to read some of the comments. What did HAC, let's see what he said. HACF says, as a black woman that dated a German man, he was good looking and had him pay my college tuition and CDs at the bank. Woo, come on now. Come on, CDs. Yeah, come on, CDs, college tuition. That's what we're talking about right there. That's what we're talking about. The Democracy said that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to date outside your race, he better be on point. Samuel C says, some, if not most men from India beat their women. That is true. I was actually watching a video the other day where I think it was like 100 Indian men, and this Indian lady was walking home, and they literally was about to they were attacking her and about to get her in the street. They're about to rape her.
Wow.
And people just filming. And they said, this is normal. This is normal. I said that looks stupid. I said, do you know this is what Fox News puts on TV about y'all? Why would you put yourself in that situation? You got to have more common sense than that as a people. Truth Hurt says, I couldn't say I'm still social distancing, LOL. Most people suck these days. It's the economy, I think. And Samuel C says, I'm going to keep it all the way real. Ever since I was a kid, I was never comfortable with other non-melanated people because even then I knew they were anti-Black. That is facts. So I'm going to take a look at these first videos, and then we're going to come right back to this, Nikki, and I'm going to have you start. So let's take a look at these first ones here.
Reason why Lao refugees had to leave Laos is because America bombed them. And that's not in any textbook. It's literally called The Secret War. I did an entire presentation on it in college. More bombs were dropped on the country of Laos than the entire World War II. To this day, there are still unexploded ordinances, which are bombs. Laos is a country that's landlocked by Vietnam, China, Thailand, I think Cambodia.
No, it's actually Cambodia, down here, Myanmar, or what used to be Burma.
Vietnam is vertical. It's a very long country. Communist Party was cutting through Laos to bring war weapons to the south of Vietnam. The way that the United States wanted to help was to disrupt that trail, and they just dropped bombs all over Laos. There was no strategy. No one thought about the innocent people that were dying. Like, all of these innocent people had to find a way to leave. If you stayed, you died.
The war itself wiped out 30% of the entire Lao population. At the time, the population was 200,000 people. 60,000 people died from the war.
Fortunately, my family escaped. And that's how I'm here today. I wasn't there to experience it. Just imagine like living through that and then coming to the United States and figuring out how to do regular things like pay taxes. As a 24, 25-year-old American citizen born and raised here, like, some of these things, like, I really don't know. I didn't even know you had to put a tag, like, on your license plate. I got my car towed because I didn't know. Like, imagine not knowing how to speak the language, not knowing these little things, and also being poor. That's why I never take anything for granted, and I will always live humbly because I came from literally nothing. Reason why.
And I'm going to read some of the comments before I show you the next video. Somebody says, Henry Kissinger, may he rest in hell. Another person said this is somebody said this is so necessary to be taught in schools, but that ain't gonna happen. Another person says America has a bloody history. I can't imagine how many horrors we still don't know about. Thank you for sharing. And somebody says these bombs still harm people today. And then I'm gonna review this, and we're gonna talk about it. Take a look.
When you become pro-Asian enough, you start listening to Black people and become pro-Black as well. I'm not talking about individual Asian advancement where you play pick-me to white people, cater to them, make yourself smaller for them, maybe marry one of them, and then move up in society that way. No, that's not what I'm talking about. When you're interested in the liberation of the Asian American collective and in Asians around the world freeing themselves, and specifically to Asian Americans because we are a relatively new ethnic group in America, you realize that Black Americans have been liberating themselves for as long as they have been here, for over 400 years. You look at the way that they ostracize the pick-me's in their community, the Candace Owens, you can see what happened with Onyeka, the Danish deception girl. Black people, and specifically Black women, did not let them off the hook. Candace Owens can no longer go to Black people for any kind of support or help because as a collective, they have disowned her. Why are Asians not doing more of that? Look at the way that Black people have created their own spaces, created their own communities throughout American history. Even when white people have gone and tried to destroy them, they have managed to create their own culture, their own language. They're protective of those spaces. They embrace their ethnic features and hair texture instead of just doing whatever Karen is doing. And this, I'm talking generally. I'm not saying that every Black American is like this. I'm saying that a lot of them are, and that the general sentiment that I get from that community is that they are proud to be who they are. So if you're Asian and you're thinking, I want to be able to wear my cheapao to school. I don't like it when people gentrify my food after making fun of it my entire childhood. I don't like being fetishized, and I will not marry someone who does that to me. When you start thinking this way, you just look right on over to Black people, and they've already had those thoughts. They've already done the same thing. You just do it in your own Asian flavor. And this doesn't even get into the fact that our liberation is all tangled up in each other. Like, all the minorities in the US and in the world, overthrowing white supremacy is like a collective effort. And Black people have been telling us this since we got here. I'm just hoping that if I say it, then maybe you will listen. When you become pro-Asian enough, you start listening to Black people.
So I want to read some of the comments. Somebody says, reminds me of a study where Americans were asked if they could change their race. Everyone else had at least a large chunk of that they wanted to, but Black people were the only ground to overwhelmingly want to stay with their original race, even with all the hardships. Another person says, just a reminder that other people of color get to enjoy the freedoms they have in America because of Black people how resilient we are in fighting for equality and equity in a country that hates anyone not white. One last one. The Black community has been and is the blueprint for genuine community and actually bringing about change. Asians and South Asians all have so much more to gain by aligning ourselves with Black activists and initiatives rather than clinging to whiteness. Most of our parents were only able to build lives in the U.S. because of Black activists who fought for everyone. I'm glad somebody noticed that. So, Nikki, what do you think of that? Because, I mean, I want to talk about the first video just for a quick second. Um, the whole thing that's happening with Venezuela right now, she was talking about the bombs being dropped on Laos. And the whole thing that happened with Venezuela that's going on right now, I said, but you have Asians that still want to attain whiteness and stuff. And I said, white folks don't like y'all. I said, I'll tell you this, if they can ever get China out the way, it's over for the rest of Asia. China is the only one holding that whole goddamn region up right now. They bet, I don't care if it's Thailand, Japan, Hong Kong, y'all all better be thanking China, because China is holding y'all together. They are carrying that entire region. Because if they're not there, and this what we played the video with the I think it's the Chinese minister or president or somebody in the military. He says if America wants a war, we will give them a war. We have a bomb that can go through any missile undetected. It can blow up all the other stuff, and then it has a hydrogen bomb that's undetected, and it can level any city. You think they playing with us? That's the only reason why they ain't said nothing to China or anything, because China, and that's why they ain't done nothing to that region, because if anybody is going to do anything to that region, it's going to be China. They get first dibs. And the last thing is, thank you to Dr. Gia. I think that was TikTok, based off the way it looked. But she said something about the pick-me Asians, and that happens a lot at work. They like, especially with the Korean and Chinese, they would sit there and pick me, and then what they would do is they would pick other people for assignments that's non-Black, especially and they will make it seem like the Black people don't know what they're doing. They have that problem a lot, and that's one of those problems. So, what do you think, Nikki?
What you're seeing with a lot of the Asian, and again, we know it's not all of them. Like the young lady in the video, she gets it. She seems to be, that's the type of person that, that she is. But we can't discount, again. We're not talking about the individual. We're talking as a collective. As a collective, Asian people are very prejudiced against Black people because they fall into that model minority bullshit. And you're starting to see that now that they're starting to get treated like niggas, now all of a sudden they're waking the fuck up, and they're starting to see that that model minority was only a game for them, for you to once again further oppress Black people. That's all it is. You think we're not smart? We're smart enough to know what the fuck is going on, but you over here playing the fool because you think your proximity to whiteness is gonna get you somewhere. When again, niggas with accents. That's all y'all are. You niggas with soy sauce. That's the fuck it. That's it. Latinos, y'all niggas with tacos. Asians, y'all niggas with soy sauce, with a kimchi, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Sushi, whatever the fuck. That's what y'all are. And the quicker you understand that, the fucking better off you gonna be. Y'all are still niggas with these people. Anything not white, y'all fucking nigga. And you acting like you're not, and you're starting to have these little, not even come to Jesus but come to nigga moment where you want to come to us, and no, y'all fed into that model minority bullshit, going over there with that. Because I don't know if we're gonna play the video, but they got this whole H mark thing where the she I didn't even know this was the term Wasian, because I guess Black and Asian is Blasian, so I guess the white and Asian is fucking Wasian. So she's Wasian, and she said that she side eyes white people when they walk into Asian spaces because they have been racist. They have the way they talk about the food, the way they talk about the people. So she was saying, yes, I side eye y'all in our fucking spaces because as half white, I know how you white people talk about us. And it still doesn't discount the fact that because she's half white, it doesn't take away from the fact that she's still part Asian. And that's part of her community. So the way, of course, you know how the white people took it. So then you got Asian people caping for the white people, saying that she's being racist and all this other shit. You once again, You caping for people that don't fucking want you here. You caping for white people that drop bombs on where the fuck your people at. All that type of shit that they white people have done. And y'all still think being in proximity to whiteness is the motherfucking key.
Mm-hmm.
White people jacking y'all shit. They go to your what was that Japan where you the women, the geishas, you're not supposed to film them or
Yeah.
touch them.
Oh, I seen
And
that
then,
video.
and then you showed us that video, and here
Yeah.
go this white bitch taking fuck where you're not supposed. They come to your country and disrespect your fucking culture, and
Yep.
y'all gonna cape for them. They literally gonna have to call you a motherfucking cheat to your face. And if they do, you probably gonna be like, oh, well, they didn't mean it. Well, at least it's not nigger. It's the same fucking
Same
thing.
thing.
It's the same fucking sentiment.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. All y'all getting y'all fucking nigga wake up. All y'all getting y'all nigga wake up call. All of y'all. And it is what the fuck it is. I'm so tired of these Asian people. I'm tired of Latino. I'm tired of everybody that voted for this motherfucker. I'm tired of everybody that was anti-black. And all of a sudden.
Can I show you the video real quick? I'm gonna show you two videos. It's gonna bounce off what you say. This is our favorite part. This is our favorite portion. I will vote for Donald Trump. So we are going to show you this video. I've just bounced off of Nikki, and I'm gonna have you continue. We're gonna take a look at it. So I want to see what y'all think about it. Yeah, you know, we said we're using a sound and stuff. I was like, hey, let me take this off right now. But this is happening at the school. I'm gonna read some of the comments why this is happening. Somebody says, these are the videos that are way worse, but we can't post because it gets taken down. This video is soft compared to the late incidents. Oh, this is way soft because I see them dragging people out, punching them. I showed the other one where that guy was having a seizure. They just dragged his ass up the car. They didn't give a rat's ass about what was going on with that. Another person said, it's insane how they just leave the kids behind like they're nothing. So devastating. Another person says, MAGA is out of excuses. So they blame AI when the expose button. And then I want to take a look at this next video. Well, actually, the same video. A California Trump voter demands his vote back after wife is detained by ICE.
Oh.
I just want to, I want to read some of the comments. Somebody says, I voted for bad things to happen to others, not me. That's exactly what that was. Another person says, no, show their faces so we can laugh at them for real. Another person says, he told you exactly what he was going to do multiple times. Just because you voted for him doesn't make you exempt from that. And I'll read one other person here. Somebody said, Pedicho, hopefully I said it right. It won't happen to me. That's the mentality that got us where we are now. I'm sorry, but that's what he gets. Not feeling sorry for anyone who voted for this and now regrets it. So, Nikki, go ahead. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, this is the shit talking about some, oh, you feel betrayed. How the fuck do you feel betrayed? He told you he was gonna take you motherfuckers.
Literally.
How do you feel? But you can't fall back on that. How do you feel? You literally act like there's a fucking list of all the Latinos that voted for fucking Donald Trump. And this is fucking Santa Claus, and they checking it, making a list and checking it the fuck twice. No, bitch. Yeah, they got a list. And they checking it twice, and they still calling ICE, bitch. What? It don't matter if you're naughty or nice. They still calling ICE.
Sure is.
What the fuck do y'all expect? You don't feel betrayed. You just thought they wasn't gonna take you. Or you thought they wasn't gonna take your fucking Maria? Guess what, bitch? They want all the motherfucking Marias, including yours. They don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear shit else about how you feel betrayed or you didn't think he was gonna do. He told you he was gonna do it. See, where he fucked you up was he made you think it was going to be the illegals.
Yep.
And then he said, nah, we want all you motherfuckers out. But see, that's how you go. Because see, had you listened to niggas, we would have told you that was the fucking game plan the whole time. But y'all didn't want to hear from us. So you know what? Raft in peace, bitch. That's all I got for you. Raft and motherfucking peace, okay? That's it.
You know what happened in Pennsylvania?
Put your MAGA life jackets on and, you know, Godspeed to you. Because that's what especially you Cuban motherfuckers.
Oh,
you
yeah.
left a dictator to only come back and vote for a fucking dictator. You ignorant motherfuckers. So, yeah, I ain't got no sympathy for none of y'all. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Should they be snatching the babies up? No, they shouldn't. But you know what? It's your fault that they doing it. It ain't not. I go to bed every night and can sleep well. Okay? I ain't got no fucking problems. I'm sitting right here with the goddamn lights on. I ain't got to cut the lights off and hit the motherfucking floor waiting on ICE to come in this motherfucker. I'm all right. Y'all voted for that shit. So I ain't got no sympathy for that. Even when ICE be coming to y'all fucking neighborhoods, y'all sitting there videotaping it instead of piling the fuck on. It's more Latinos in America than it is black people, and y'all still out here getting y'all fucking ass whooped. Explain that shit. Y'all should be fucking these ICE agents up left and fucking right, but you can't because you know what? They look just like you. Your own fucking people. Y'all love to talk shit about how black people don't have no motherfucking community, bitch. Niggas ain't the Gestapo out here.
Sure
We
ain't.
ain't on that type of shit. Y'all on that type of shit. You and your people on that type of shit. Y'all calling ICE on fucking each other. So you know what? It is what it is. You voted for that shit. You voted for your wife to go to Alligator Alcatraz. You voted for your people to be in the middle of the fucking night, gone and shit. It's only so much sympathy. We don't have that. We told y'all what time it was. We've been telling y'all what time it was. You said, fuck you niggas. We don't have to listen to you. We got white people on our side. Now what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
We not going outside for you, Nick. We ain't going outside for you. None of that shit. Figure it the fuck out. You
Remember, we're
getting what you
niggas.
voted for. You getting what you voted for. So if you know you married to a fucking immigrant, the only immigrant that's allowed to be here is the immigrant that's married to Donald Trump. That's the fuck it.
Yep.
That's it. It's always the proximity to fucking whiteness. That's it. Only his wife could be here, and she don't want to be with that motherfucker. She probably low key want to go back to her motherfucking country if she could, but you know what? It is what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Y'all voted for this. And
HS.
y'all was loud and proud with that shit. So I want you to be loud and proud when you on the way to Alligator Alcatraz. I want you salsa dancing your ass off in the motherfucking shackles, bitch. I want you salsing for your fucking life in that orange jumpsuit, bitch. You and your fucking chanclatas. I want you dancing in that motherfucker.
I want that song on that they made. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Uh-huh. Turn that bitch on. Cause then one of them, the
Mhm.
lady that's singing the motherfucking song, her husband got locked the fuck up.
And the singer did too.
Yeah,
One of the yes.
listen, that'll fuck you go. That's what I call
That
justice. Ain't that
that
right,
was
bitch?
that had me holler. HACF says with everything going on with Venezuela, it's about to escalate more with the Latinos. They want the whole population to go. I keep telling everybody that. I said it. I said it's about to go down. I said y'all think this man, you forgetting all the stuff with the Epstein files, the illegal thing that happened with Venezuela, the whole SNAP thing, the tariffs, which is a disaster and everything. I said all this stuff. This guy is running it like he runs his companies. All his companies been ran into the ground. All his companies went bankrupt. I'm telling you, when he leaves, there ain't gonna be no money left in the United States. I think we're gonna go into a Great Depression. I really do.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to scare
no.
people. I think that we're gonna go into one of the most severe Great Depressions. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't put it past him if he sold our government secrets to Russia. I wouldn't put it past him if they sold our missile codes. I wouldn't put it past him at all. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. We about to be this again until white people are affected. When they out here in the bread and soup line.
Nikki, your it was muffly.
Once they back in the bread line, that's it. That's what they gonna get. Again, black people, we know how to make something out of nothing. We know if this shit get rough, how to survive. White people don't. And a lot of these other cultures don't. But especially white people.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Are you using Wi-Fi?
Well, if I don't,
Which one are you using? Because it's very choppy. I'm so sorry. Hey, sorry about that, you guys. I am going to have her rejoin 1 second. All right, was you on Wi-Fi or was you on your yeah, your internet is like freezing real bad.
okay, yeah, I sure what's happening. I'm
Okay,
on my end,
while
so.
you troubleshoot that, try to troubleshoot it real quick, and then I'm going to play the next videos, okay?
Okay.
All right, 1 second. Hey, y'all, I'm about to play the next videos. And hold on, let me make sure I can get her in real quick. And while we're waiting, I just want to read some of the comments. Samuel C, what what these non-melanated groups don't understand is that the white folks were never on their side. It's been that way forever, and it's showing up on them. Blue Sky says they voted for this. They should deal with the consequences on their own. And hold on for a second. I'm gonna see if I can get her back in 1 second. Sorry, guys. We're trying to get Nikki's sound and everything to work correctly. But while we are waiting on her, let's see here. Put this here. 1 second, y'all. I'm going to text her real quick. Sorry about that. Nikki, let's see here. Is it working? Sound. All right, let's see. She's back in. 1 second. Sorry, guys at home. We are trying to get this to work. Are you there? Say something real quick. I can't hear you.
You still hear me?
I can hear you now. It's like it's a choppy or something. Is that a good area connection you're in right now?
I don't know. My computer, everything is working fine for me, so I don't know why it's being choppy.
I think the government probably bugged your house. I want to put back. I'm telling you, they be weird like that. They be weird. They bugging phones and all that shit. They be listening to conversations. You don't even know what's going on.
Let me go stay back from the phone maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Tomorrow I have my mic set up. I tried putting my mic in. Let me try and put my mic in and see if that's gonna help. I have to hold it.
Okay. While you're doing that, let me go ahead and play the videos. Don't log off or anything because I got to make sure to get you logged back in. Because when I'm playing the videos, I can't get you logged in.
Yes, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay, I stuck the thing in there, so let's just see. I don't have my mic on, but let's see if maybe that's helping because it's in the input. So maybe that's helping. We'll see.
All right, perfect. Now, we're about to shift. We're going to go to Trump a little bit later. We're about to shift into a conversation. This is for Black people. You know, there's been a lot of talk lately, and there was some friends, and I wish Trey was on here as well for us as well, but there's been a lot of talk regarding the feminization of Black men in our community and stuff, and they think that, you know, this is something that's kind of driven by government. They think that, you know, the whole dress thing and everything that's happening with, I forgot, what was it, ASAP Rocky or something? He was in a recent video or something with a dude or something. I don't know. This was allegedly. I didn't get to see the commercial. So I just want y'all to take a look at these two videos and just tell me what you think. Again, as always, please make sure to write your comments in. All our super chats, we answer all of our super chats first. They always get priority. So I just want to let you know. I don't want to shade you or anything. So give me 1 second. Now I can't really play the music in here because, you know, they will get us for that. But somebody says ASAP honestly looked uncomfortable. So I guess this was a real commercial that happened with ASAP Rocky.
Away the conditions for enhanced.
You want to take over a planet, okay? If you want to completely take over a planet, the first thing that you have to do is you have to take out the alpha males or the strong males from the planet, because the strong alpha males protect the divine feminine. Through television and films, how they are feminizing men more and more and more. You'll see women dressed up, men dressed up in female clothes. The cane is a phallus or male energy. The two.
All right. Somebody else said, what the hell was ASAP doing? What the hell? Another person says, and she picked him to have kids. Wow. Take me back to the 90s eras, I swear. Another person says, LL, when self-respect went straight out the window. And I want to play one last video, and then we're going to discuss this.
I need to make sure y'all down. What the fuck you looking at? Keep walking, motherfucker. Listen to my music on all streaming platforms.
So, I want to read some of the comments on this as well. He said, ooh. Another person said, that was so rude. Another person says, love when a baddie clocks a man. And somebody else says, I'm weak. He made sure to scat through. So I want to see, I'm going to get this to you, Nikki, see what you think about this. I know a lot of people in the comments probably, oh, super chat. Come on, Noah. Noah gave us some coins. Come on now. Come on, Noah. Coins. Thank you so much for helping us achieve our
Yeah,
goal. We
shout out
appreciate
to
it.
Noah.
Noah supports. I really appreciate. Noah always supports. Hey, you joined late. Oh, somebody. I think there was a comment before we begin on the discussion. There was a comment. Somebody said that they joined the live late. Please note that the live it does show up on YouTube probably like 10 minutes later, the full live. So if you missed the beginning of it, you can go back and watch it, and it should be there. So I just want to let you know that if you missed 30 minutes, an hour, it will be there.
Yes, all the lives are on the the For the People YouTube page, so you can see all of our lives ever since we started. All our episodes, all our lives are right there. You can just sit down, play it, put your headphones on, work. We there.
Nikki, it was doing that again. Did you move something or anything?
I haven't done anything.
All right, you're poking right there.
You,
I think you got to stay right there like this. I'm so I don't know what's wrong with it.
I really don't know what's wrong with my fucking. I don't understand what is going on with the fucking mic. They just being a bitch thing. But
it's still we still can't hear you. It's not like a robot.
Can you hear me?
Try another room. Can you try another room?
You can hear me now?
Nah, it's still choppy.
I swear to God, I don't understand why.
Right.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
It's perfect right there. I don't know.
The government must be tapping a bitch. I don't know what's happening.
Obviously, because I'm sitting here like both your phone and computer did the same thing.
Yeah, in a minute, I'm gonna have to see if I can get on my computer and then that I don't have the camera. You can hear me now?
I can hear, it sounds like a robot.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening.
Try another area. Sorry, guys. This is live, so this is not pre-recorded. We talk to you live. So a lot of the videos that I do, it's a little echoey. So a lot of the videos I show you, it's right there at the same time. I can just hear myself play back. That's the only thing.
You can't hear me now?
I can hear you perfectly now.
Now you can hear me perfectly. Okay. Hold on. You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh wait, I flipped the camera. My bad. Hold on. I'm an old bitch. Hold
There
on.
could be interference. I'm not the best at like sound quality, but it could be interference or something.
Listen, y'all, I got the AC off, I got the fan off, and I'm fucking menopausal. This is how much I love you niggas, okay? Like, I don't know what else to fucking do here. Now, AC, you have men who are comfortable in their femininity, and so he does that to troll probably. But then I do have an issue. I don't know. I don't want to say it's the Tyler Perry effect, because you've had white men that dress in drag. You had fucking Dustin Hoffman and Tootsie and all these other. I believe Some Like It Hot with Jack Lemmon. You have white characters that do it, and they're like they're champion. This Oscar worthy. They're doing this. I think there's a way to do it, but I don't like when black men dress like women as caricatures of black women. Like, it can be funny to a degree, but most of it is very. And I can understand both sides, the feminization, but it's like, let people be who they're gonna be. If you are a man and you act masculine and you're secure in that, then be that. But why is it a problem? I mean, I can understand it. I'm old school, so sometimes I see something and I'm just like, do we need to do this? But then at the same time, it's like, you got to let people be how they want to be. Yes, the HHC just said Dustin Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. Now that was some funny shit.
There was. He was
person being a woman playing a role, but it's like you still knew it was a man and he wasn't. Oh, you understood the pretense. But when you have, like, I don't have a problem with trans people. I don't have a problem with a trans woman or a trans man, because that is what you are. You're transitioning to that, so you're going to act like that. And you just have some men that are more in tune with their feminine side. I don't like it when you're being a caricature of black women. So when you have the like raggedy wig or and like blame it on Quay. He's been funny, but again, you kind of perpetuate that. Or I'll give another example. Carlton Banks, not Carlton Banks. If y'all know him, he does like religious content, but secular too. And he has different characters, women characters in the church, but he's doing it in a way that pays homage to them and not
Uh-huh.
mocking them. It's not again, you're not painting black women in a bad light. So I guess it depends on what you're doing and why you're doing it. Because I
Mhm.
do remember that Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp when he was like, you know what they do? They put you in a dress, they do this and that, they take shit, manhood away from you. But it's
Mhm.
it's about what do you think is manhood? You as an individual, you have to decide that for yourself. Because again, black people are the only people that don't get the opportunity to do what they want to do with themselves. We are the only people that don't get the freedom of our expression. We always have to and that's one thing, as black people, we don't owe an explanation of our expression to anyone, including each other. And we got to start understanding that. You wear the hair you want, you dress how you want, you do what you want. If you don't like wigs and weaves, don't wear that shit. If you don't like makeup, don't fucking wear it. But you ain't gotta down somebody that does. If it's not for you, and it ain't fucking for you. If that makes you uncomfortable, don't follow that type of content. It's a guy that pops up on my For You page, and at this point, I might as well follow the nigga because, but sometimes I'm just like, this is not necessary. He has on the stripper heels, and the outfits, and I'm like, sweetheart, you are tucking for your motherfucking life, because I know your nuts is hurting because the way he be in them fucking leotards and shit. But you know what? I can't do it, bitch. So go ahead on. Like sometimes when you see somebody, you just like, hey, you did that. Like duck walking and all that shit. Hey, give a bitch they tens when you see them, okay? Because that's some shit my fat ass can't do. But I love to see it when y'all do it, okay? It's just about being comfortable with who you are. And if you are a person who are not comfortable with that, you don't have to like it. You don't have to be comfortable with it, but you do have to respect it. Respect that individual. It may not be for you, and it don't have to be for you. But the same thing that is said about the black community should also be said about everybody else. Exactly. HAC just said when Martin, he was Shanae. You niggas found that funny. When he played Mrs. Payne and all the other characters, it was the same thing. And it was a caricature of like a hood black woman. But he still, and to me, Martin didn't, he paid homage to it, but in a way that it's Martin. But also, it's shit you couldn't do Martin right now. Unfortunately, we live in a society where you couldn't do Martin. And I'm so grateful to be 45 and grew up at the age that I grew up, where we could like watch and enjoy shit, and we didn't have to worry about, oh my God, whose feelings are we gonna hurt with this? Or this person gonna feel this type of way? Or we didn't include this person, or we didn't include
Mhm.
that. Cause the shit low key didn't fucking exist. You have always had gay people. You have always had trans people. But all this other shit that's got popping up, if y'all put one more letter under that motherfucking rainbow, bitch, I don't know what we gonna do. Cause I'm running out of, I know the LGBT, the Q, the eyes, the intersex, I don't fucking know. And then you got the A. I'm assuming that's asexual. Now anything after that, nigga, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's too many the letters are next. It's just gonna be A through Z in this bitch. You gonna come up with a name for each one of these motherfuckers. Now you got non-binary. I don't identify as a man. I don't identify as a woman. That shit, that's the 45 in me talking. If any of y'all can explain that shit, I don't fucking know. And that ain't me trying to be ignorant. I really be like, well, I know you could be one or the other, but you don't want to be neither. Then what the fuck we doing here? So it's like I don't know. I just want you to be who you are. So what do you think about it?
Oh well, we got to move on because we're running out of time.
Oh, my bad.
No, that's all good. No, we had a lot of technical difficulties, so we're going to move on. But we'll continue this conversation probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, whenever some more social content pops up. But y'all know the big story right now is with Luigi Mangione. And I want to show y'all something that's been happening with him recently. So let's go ahead and show you this video. And I want to see what y'all think. Let's take a look.
Miranda warnings in the room with us right now. Luigi Mangione is back.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Fix your turn the sound again because it's echoing.
Hold on.
Hey, sorry about that, you guys. She's trying to fix her sound. And while we're doing that, I'll read some of the comments while we're waiting for her. The Microchet, whenever I heard gender fluid, I had enough. HACF, the Martin Show. The Martin Show was actually really, really funny. I actually liked that show. I think Sinead was probably that. The little snotty nose kid was probably the two best characters on the show. Let's see if this is working. Let's take a look. Hey, Nikki. I got you in, but I don't see any audio or visual. Sorry, video. All right, she'll be coming back to us. Jaden Whedon says, you ain't said nothing wrong. Hold on for a second. Let me try this again. No, it's still Nikki. I don't see you. I don't think anybody else sees you as well. Did you turn your video? Hold on for a second. Yeah, it is off. Is your, let's see here, is your laptop still on? Is your laptop still on? 1 second, you guys. Hey, thanks for being patient. We do apologize about this. All right, let's try one more time. All right, there she is.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I do not honestly know what. Now you got me nervous about the fucking feds tapping into my
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Because
They do
I've
shit
been
like
working
that.
all day long on my laptop, on all my devices, and I ain't had no problem. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'll get this shit figured out by tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
And so I want to show us a quick video of what's going on with Luigi Mangione, and we're going to take a look and see what guys think.
If his lawyer's trying to get Miranda warnings in the room with us right now. Luigi Mangione is back in court this morning with his lawyers trying to get key evidence thrown out, and if they succeed, the prosecution is in trouble. Quick recap. Luigi is suspected of unaliving United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Police officers received a tip that the suspect was at the McDonald's, and to the McDonald's they went. His lawyers say police pulled up to that McDonald's already convinced that Luigi Mangione was guilty, 100% sure of his guilt. So they walk in and they start interrogating him off rip. And as you can see in this photo, he's cornered. So the police get in there, they start asking, what are you doing in New York? Give me your ID. If you give me a fake name and a fake ID, you know you can get in trouble, right? They stand him up. They place him in cuffs. He is not free to leave. Then one officer gets the bright idea to reach for the backpack. The officer opens it and searches the backpack. Mind you, at this point, no Miranda warnings, no search warrants, no nothing. Inside that backpack, the officer finds a gun and a journal. The journal is important because prosecutors are now claiming that this contains confessions and motives for why Luigi Mangione would target the healthcare CEO. And suddenly, when that officer finds that weapon in there, they start scrambling because that officer knows that she has to come up with some justification for searching that bag without a search warrant. So the officer says, oh, I'm checking to make sure that there are no bombs in here. Oh, so now you're a bomb expert. Then why didn't you call the bomb squad? What experience and training do you have spotting and disassembling bombs, especially if the bomb is hidden? That's new. So the officer, in my opinion, knew she was wrong because according to the legal filings, another officer on the scene says we probably need a search warrant for that. Yeah, whoever that officer is, y'all probably should have listened to him because clearly he was the one with common sense. But instead of getting a search warrant, the police take the bag back to the precinct and continue going through it. 7 hours later. 7 hours later, they finally get a search warrant to search the book bag that they already searched and know full well what's inside. I've seen several seasons of Suits, and I don't think that's how this works. So, his lawyers, Luigi Mangione's lawyers, are arguing that the gun, the bag, and the journal at the very minimum need to be thrown out because the officers violated his constitutional rights. Honestly, this makes no sense. It is not that difficult to get a search warrant, particularly in a case like this, a national case. It probably would have taken them 30, 45 minutes. But because they did not do that, the whole prosecution is shaky. If that evidence is kicked out, the gun, the book bag, the journal, the alleged murder weapon is gone, the bag is gone, and the journal that prosecutors say is basically a confession is gone. And then all of the strongest evidence linking Luigi Mangione to the crime disappears, making the case a whole lot harder to prove. I'll keep you updated on what the judge says.
She did a really good job on that. And I just want to read some of the comments before we begin. Somebody said being a cop should be a 4-year degree. The only reason this shit is coming to light is because of how high profile the case is. Cops pull this kind of shit everywhere and we never hear about it. That is true. Somebody else said there's a reason why the current administration don't like the due process. Somebody else says Annalise Keaton would had that case thrown out and had him home by sundown. And I just want to let y'all know about like something that I actually used to understand and know about. I had a friend who was with the Chicago PD, and this friend that's with the Chicago PD, when I tell you, he said that they hired the most unqualified, wife beaters, domestic violence, people that was pedophilia, sexual assaulters, people with mental disabilities. He said these were all the officers that was getting through the ranks. And he said the ones that asked, like, if you would, like, competent stuff, like if you see somebody doing this, would you pull out your gun or shoot them or something? The people that did the right thing of like saying, freeze or getting their taser, they didn't get the job. It was always the person that got the job that pulled the gun out first, the person that pulled their baton out, the person. And so he said they have some of the most incompetent people that become cops. So I'm not surprised that they didn't get a search warrant. I'm not surprised they didn't even read the Miranda rights. Us being as Black people, we see this stuff all the time. And I think, me and you spoke about this before, Nikki, when I was younger, I mean, I'm not impressed with cops anyways. These were the same people that was in my house selling drugs when I was little. They both worked with the Bloods and Crips and the essays. They both orchestrated everything. And this was everything that had happened. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they need to free him. That's why a lot of these people. That's why when you saw Elon carrying his baby for that little length of time, he was using that baby as a fucking shield. What nobody. He ain't never been around none of his kids. He was using that baby as a fucking shield because I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm not going with Chris Rock. But I understand that the joke Chris Rock used to say. I ain't saying it's right, but I understand. You can't get rich off denying people because we're not gonna see and act like insurance ain't a fucking scam when it is. And the number of people that have died because you already have billions and billions of dollars, that there's enough money in this country for everybody to get health care, for everybody to have surgery, for everybody to have medicine. You're not gonna tell me that there's not a cure for cancer and HIV and AIDS. That shit exists. But again, going back to the Chris Rock joke, the money ain't in the cure. The money is in the comeback. And what is the comeback? The medicine. As long as you could get treated for it, you gonna keep needing it. They don't want to cure you because if they cure you, you want it fucking done.
Yeah.
They need the money. They got cures for all these fucking diseases, but they never gonna tell you. And whenever anybody whistleblows about it, they end up dead. There's a cure for this shit. That ain't no conspiracy. That's just common fucking sense. You not gonna tell me Magic Johnson is still walking around this motherfucker. Like, they got a cure for this shit. As long as you probably got enough money for it, they got a fucking cure for it. But that man, like, you can't keep fucking with people's lives and then expect for somebody not to fuck with yours. And what Luigi did is just a taste of what is about to happen in this country. Because that is what's going to happen. They're going to start killing these white folks. They're going to start killing these billionaires.
Yeah.
Because how much money is too much money? You don't need all that money you have. Nobody needs that level of money. You can't take it with you. You can't spend it all. And if you completely keep pushing poor people to the point of no return, they're not going to have no choice but to come after you. And that's why Trump is building that fucking bunker. All these other rich people are building these fucking bunkers because they know what's coming.
Yeah.
They know what's coming. And you're going to have to let it play out. Because when this shit hits the Great Depression level, like you said, that is when they're going to start kill. It's going to be public executions of these billionaires. They're not going to have no choice. That's all this shit is going to crumble because you're being greedy. You are pushing people out of homes. You are pushing people to die literally because they can't afford their medicine.
Yeah.
For what? You don't think that's going to take a toll on somebody's child like it did Luigi? Because I guarantee you, no bullshit. If that man who got killed had been had that CEO had been black, wouldn't have been shit about it.
Nothing.
They wouldn't have been nothing. They wouldn't. How dare he not give people not give people insurance? How dare he not do this? Yeah, that's because if he was that CEO was a nigga, wouldn't have been shit. Luigi would be out on motherfucking bail right now. But because that was a white man killed in cold blood, now all of a sudden he got to do time. No, let that nigga out. Let Luigi out. Let him get to work some more.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he peaked too goddamn soon. I knew he wanted justice for his mama, but had he waited just a few more months, he could have got justice for the world. Yeah, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. I know, and you know the other thing that's funny about that, HAC, he posted something, and I want to read it real quick. He said a man here in I think Massachusetts, I believe, sued a local police department because they wouldn't hire him because he scored too high on the exam. Finland, it takes 7 years to be a cop. I'm gonna give you one better. You know, in Brazil and in Spain, they have physical requirements. We be having cops out here that can't even run. They be all out of shape, overweight, everything, and they be holding guns and all this stuff. You can't even be a cop without being in physical condition. When I tell you they look like gladiators, a lot of them, they were fit. I said that everybody there looked fit. The other thing is with these medical and insurance companies, and just by working in the medical industry, they do. And I had conversations with cops. This was like probably 2 years ago. We were having a conversation. Everybody had went to lunch, and he says, "Do you know that we have insurance companies that literally we will have somebody on the operating table, and they will have the phone that somebody will call down to the phone, and that's the phone that you have to answer because it's urgent. They call down to the phone, they answer the phone." And they would say, "Oh, the insurance company say that they're not going to pay for this or pay for that or pay for the anesthesia," and the person is literally sitting on the table, cut open.
Wow.
And they would sit there and they would be like, "Are you serious?" And so some of the medical the doctors that's there, they would have to sew the person back up and, "Hey, this is what happened, blah blah blah," and it's really messed up. And so it's not like Luigi did this out of the thin air. It's like that's what was bothering me. It's like people act like they are not smart enough to understand that these billionaires and oligarchs don't care about you. They got all of us out here fighting each other and stuff, and they're the ones sitting there pulling the plug on you. And that's how they and when they say, "Oh, the guy that was shot by Luigi," they was like, "Oh, well, he was an innocent guy." I said, "Was he really?" I said, because you do know, not only do like the medical professionals get calls like that, but you have people on the board of directors. We all seen a pie chart before. They would say, "Okay, where are we getting the bulk of our money from?" Most of the bulk of the money comes from healthy individuals, and most of it's from people that is working in these big corporations. Then they say, "Okay, well, here's all of our sick individuals right here." And it'll be, "Oh, these are the cancer patients. These are the patients that have diabetes, et cetera." And they're like, "Well, how much is this costing us?" And they will figure out a way to help increase the cost of the drug, which they lobby for. Or what they would do is they would say, "Okay, well, we're going to sit there and we're going to deny that because it's over the threshold." And that's what they do. So it's not like this man is not innocent and doesn't know that he's saying, "Okay, all these thousands of people that got cancer or whatever, we're just going to pull the plug on that." They know. They know. And before we go, let's go to our last video. I want to sit here and we're going to, we see there's a lot of stuff going on with Trump right now, especially with everything going on with Senator Kelly, I believe, Mark Kelly. I think he's a senator. But there's a lot of stuff going on with that in terms of everything happening with Venezuela and the video we showed. So I just want to take a quick look at that. And then after that, we are going to end the show. If y'all have any questions or comments, let us know. But we're going to go ahead and play it for you right now. And let's take a look at this.
Racism has been weaponized to divide the working class since America's inception, but today we're talking about America's worst offender, the devil himself, Ronald Reagan. Reagan began his 1980 campaign at the Neshoba County Fair in Mississippi, a site famous for a 1964 civil rights murder. There, he declared his support for states' rights, which, as we know, was simply an appeasement to white Southerners who were angry about the government's enforcement of the Civil Rights Act. Reagan created the welfare queen narrative by using a real story about a person who was abusing government assistance, a single person, and used that one single narrative to perpetuate a nationwide attack on minorities on welfare. He's also the reason that today we constantly have to listen to conservatives say, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, when they themselves are barely above the poverty line. So thanks for that, Reagan. Reagan consistently opposed school integration and affirmative action, framing them as a threat to whites' job and educational security. His rhetoric stoked fears of reverse discrimination, which we know is not a thing, and gave suburban and rural whites the idea that liberal policies were giving minorities an unfair advantage. All the while spreading this rhetoric, he cut funding for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, food stamps, and federal education programs. This significantly impacted minorities and pushed people further into poverty. On top of all of that, he constantly attacked labor unions, and through his anti-worker and anti-equity rules, he made it nearly impossible for minority communities to benefit from federal funds that were supposed to go directly to those communities. Sprinkle the cherry of the war on drugs on top of this fat, evil sundae, and what you get is a lower class today completely divided by racism and hatred. Racism has been weaponized to divide.
And so I'm going to read one of the comments before we show the last two videos. One person says, man, I love hearing other white people talk like this. It gives me hope. We all need to wake up from this master race crap and face our own masters. And then here's this happening with this. Let's take a look.
Similarities. Born into wealth. Older brother was a pilot who died young. Inherited millions. Had a bestseller largely written by another person. A famous home in Florida. Had an affair with a movie star of sorts. Named their first son after themselves. Golfer. Campaigned to get America moving again. Campaigned to make America great again. Elected president. Put RFK into his cabinet. Put RFK Jr. into his cabinet. Differences. Volunteered for the military. Dodged the military. Charming, boorish, thoughtful, hot-headed, loving father, creepy father, youngest elected president, oldest elected president, believed in immigration, Trump hates immigration, stood up to Russia, capitulates to Russia, fought for civil rights, that's Martin Luther King Jr., this crowd is destroying civil rights. Fought for people with disabilities, makes fun of people with disabilities. Put in the Rose Garden, destroyed the Rose Garden. Famously said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Seems to believe in ask not what Trump can do for the country, ask what the country can do for Trump. Similarities.
So I want to read some of the comments on this one real quick. Kennedy is loved by many, Trump is loathed by many. Another person says Kennedy attracts people, Trump annoys people. Somebody says the rest of the world admire Kennedy and the rest of the world abhor Trump. And then one last one regarding this, let's take a look.
Has gone too far. Everybody needs to wake up. The occupant of the Oval Office is ignorant to the Constitution and has no regard for the rule of law. Trying to silence me, in proposing to court-martial me, in threatening to kill me for fighting back when our democracy demands that we must fight back. President Trump has crossed a line. And this time, it's not going to work. I will not be intimidated by this president. I am not going to be silenced by this president or the people around him, because I've given too much in service to this country to back down to this guy. In 1991, when Donald Trump was driving the Taj Mahal casino into bankruptcy, I was getting shot at over Iraq and Kuwait. In 2001, after Donald Trump said that the collapse of the Twin Towers meant he now owned the tallest skyscraper in Manhattan, I was carrying flags honoring 9/11 victims into space on a rocket ship. In 2003, when Donald Trump was writing birthday greetings to the monster Jeffrey Epstein, I was the first on the scene to recover the bodies of my fellow astronauts who died when Space Shuttle Columbia exploded during re-entry. In 2011, when Trump was hosting a reality show and peddling conspiracy theories against President Barack Obama, I was sitting next to my wife's hospital bed as she recovered from a gunshot wound to the head. My point is this: I've been through a lot worse in service to my country. The president and Pete Hegseth are not going to silence me. They aren't going to keep me from speaking out, and they're not going to keep me from doing my job. The president has gone too far.
I'm going to read some of the comments before we start this discussion real fast. Somebody says, "Say this man, he has my utmost respect." Another person says, "I stand with Senator Mark Kelly. Trump should be impeached, convicted, and removed from the U.S. presidency." Another person says, "Much respect and thank you for your unwavering service, Senator Kelly." And somebody said, "A true American hero." And we only got probably around 5 minutes to talk about this, but this, I think he just laid it down. Like, when you read somebody, that's how you do it. This man literally fought for the country as you have Donald Trump, who dodged the draft, 4 times, I believe? And it was over a hip spur.
Bone spur.
Bone spur, same thing. And the other thing that was interesting is that nobody in his family has served the country. Not one. They haven't served. They haven't did anything for the government. They haven't done anything for the people. They haven't done anything at all. So I'm just like, how I think this is how the presidency should go moving forward. If you have not served and have years of service, especially when as a governor or worked your way up to that rank or whatever, I don't think you should be president. I also think that there needs to be an age gap. I think that anything past 55 and anything less than 30 should not be president. What do you think, Nikki?
I agree. That's what you said.
Hey, Nikki is cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
No, whatever you just did, it just messed up everything.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me sit back. I don't know what's going on. He said they typed
It's still, yeah, something happened. It's
your fault, nigga. You said that shit. Now won't stop. We gonna get this out. But yeah, that's right. You saw when he said the Twin Towers shit. The towers fell down. And the only thing is, people have just died. And the first thing coming to this motherfucker mind is, I now have the tallest building. If y'all don't go ahead and get rid of this motherfucker, if B613 don't come here and do what the fuck you need to do, I don't know. I thought that he not be here no more. That's it. You can't hear me?
Yeah, it's still messed up. So what we'll do, try one more time. It was right before you picked up the phone. It was working fine, and then for some reason, when you picked it up, that's when everything changed.
Yeah, and that's what's happening, guys. So I'm sorry, my this is to me tonight. I guess it's my because last night it was you. Tonight it's me. So I don't. We'll figure it out. So I'll get you.
What we'll do is I'll go ahead and play the last videos, and then we'll end the show. Now, hopefully, I'll go ahead and you can also type in your information as well if it doesn't display for where they can find you at. So give me 1 second, and I will talk about this tomorrow because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some more updates on CNN and NBC as well. But we're going to play some going out videos, and we're going to take a look at this. And we had a few updates as well in regards to what happened to that little kid in the hospital. Oh, so just so in other news, President Trump issues full pardon to Joseph Swartz. He was a nursing home owner who withheld $39 million in payroll taxes from 50,000 employees, but never sent money to the IRS. And then, in addition to that, I remember this was a lady that was in a hospital that was in Atlanta, who they kept. She was brain dead, but they wanted to see if she could still have the baby. And everybody thinking this was the experiment. It probably was. Well, the baby's born, but the baby has a lot of health issues, and so they're trying to raise money. So if you have any information in regards to this, of how you can possibly donate to this, to the care of this child, please go ahead and donate so that way they can get the care they need for this child as well. And then this was a video that happened. I thought was pretty funny. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Beats a jet to holiday.
Seems like this one won't be able to be played, but as you can see, it seemed like they were not happy that he keep bringing people around there. And then this is another video. Well, you see that she tried to kick it. But other than that, Nikki, where can Truth Hurts? Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. That's at the end of the show. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. HSC, thank you so much. And also Noah, thank you as well for the super chats. We really do appreciate it as well. And thank you for everybody for your support. Nikki, where can they find you at?
I'll put it in chat, Knitnack23. Again, guys, I am so sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. We will figure it the fuck out, but this is what happens when it's a live show. We got to keep going. We had a nigga moment tonight, okay? Bear with us, okay? Like, we raised some money, we can get some better shit. So, hey, help us out, okay? Help some niggas out. But we will be back tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. For sticking with us despite our difficulties. We'll be back tomorrow, better than ever. We getting new to this. This is our second week live. So we gonna get better. This is season 1 of the live. Stick with us. We ain't got how season 1 is at a reality show. The wig budget be looking real raggedy. The wig and the clothes budget don't be banging. But by the time you get to the end of season 1 or the reunion show, bitch got a wig budget. We got some money. So stick with us, and we're gonna get shit together. But thank y'all for hanging with us. You can find me on Knitnack23 on YouTube. A new episode of the Bitch Happens podcast will be out tomorrow, and then I'm gonna do a second episode for members only. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to go to the FTP store. We're gonna be having a sale for you guys, 25% off. So look for that. We'll be dropping a promo video for that later today. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for hanging with us. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Absolutely. And please like, share.